Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and today we're going to make a more natural plantain salve. It's real simple, folks. Here's what you're going to need. A half a cup of olive oil, a half a cup of dried plantain leaves, and a half an ounce of shaved or beaded beeswax. Now I'm just going to put my pot here. I got a heavy bottom old saucepan pot with the handle missing. This is what I save it for. And we're going to put it on the lowest possible setting, because if it's too hot, folks, you're not going to get the proper nutrients out of your plants. So we want it just on minimum. We're going to extract the medicinal properties out of the herb. You can do this in a cold process method. This is called the hot process method. You can do this in the cold process method by putting your oil and your herbs together in a jar and setting them on a windowsill in the sun for a week or two. But we don't have time. I have a family member who actually needs this today, so I'm going to do the hot process method. I have it set on minimum on the stove, and we're just going to let this warm up for about an hour. We'll be back when that's ready. Now what I'm going to do is, this has been at a low heat for about an hour. Now this is dried herb, folks, and it is over a year old. It is best, if you can, to use as fresh an herb as possible. I have a little strainer here, and I'm just going to line it with a piece of paper towel. And I'm going to take my pot, and I'm just going to strain this back in to the original jar. We don't want any of that getting into the oil, actually. And I think I did. I think I dropped some in there. But that's okay, because we're going to strain it again. And we're just going to fold this over and squish it down. And while that's dripping, I'm going to rinse out my pot. We'll be right back. Now I'm just going to drop this onto a piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to put another piece of paper towel in my strainer. And I'm going to strain this, because I dropped some leaves, back into the pot. And as you can see, it has changed color from the original gold to a light green, which means it's not as strong as I would like it to be. It should be a nice dark green. And while that's straining, I'm going to now start putting my half an ounce of wax into the warm oil. You don't have to cook it, you just want it in the warm oil. Enough to melt. You only want it warm enough to melt. I'm getting it all over the place here. There, it's ready. We just have to pour it into the jar. And we're going to put a brand new lid on this, and it will seal. And then we're going to let this, see, it's got a nice green color. And we're going to let this cool down. So there it is, folks. Plantain ointment. It isn't as strong as I would like, but it would be darker if I had used fresh herb. I think using dry, I should have used a full cup. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, plantain ointment. It's good for scratches, scrapes, burns, and hemorrhoids.